I am answering student questions today, and these package of questions was all about where do I get my story ideas, and are they based on real life events or real people? So the answer is yes and no. Story ideas, for me, story ideas come from playing the what if game with myself. So I'm walking to school and I see my teacher driving past me, and he or she turns and waves, and that's kind of a regular day everything. But what if my teacher doesn't see me and I see my teacher, and my teacher is doing something, and when I look a little closer I realize that's not my teacher. That's a cyborg who looks like my teacher, right? Or, I'm walking to school and nothing ever exciting happened to me when I was walking to school. But what if, when I was walking to school, I turned the corner and there was a leprechaun right there, So from the story idea, I start with, okay, well, then what do, right? If you realize that your teacher is not human and they're a cyborg, then there's all kinds of questions. Are they a man-built cyborg? Are they from an alien race? Are they here with good intentions? Are they here with bad intentions? So you've got all these questions now that you want to answer. Same kind of thing, like, is a leprechaun there because he wants to be there? Is he lost? Does he need help? So then you just start playing around with, like, what could happen next, and then what can happen, and what would be funny, and what would be scary. So, it's just playing this, like, what if game, in terms of, like, how can I make this interesting? How can I make this funny? So that's where my story ideas come from. And one of the other questions was, is it hard to get story ideas? And the answer is no, because just like video games, you know how when you play video games, you get better with time because you're doing it all the time. It's the same thing with story ideas. When you're playing the what if game with yourself, it becomes easier and easier, and most writers have the opposite problem. It's not that they can't think of a story idea, it's that there are too many story ideas and they don't know which one to pick. And characters, yeah, absolutely. Like, everybody I come across can be a character in my book, because I'm looking at them, I'm like, I love their hair, or I like the way they laugh, or they're really good at telling jokes. I want to make a character who's really good at telling jokes. So the cool thing with being a writer is that everything in your life becomes fodder for story ideas, for plot lines, and for characters.